Okay, in the last part, we are going to discuss on the third mechanism of social interaction where personality can be seen, personality can be identified, or personality can be understood, which is the manipulation. Okay, manipulations. So personality is linked to the ways in which we try to influence others, or in a more not so nice way, we try to manipulate others, or it could happen the other way around. People who understand, who apply the tactics, they can manipulate us as well. So manipulation, or a more nicer word, social influence, includes ways in which people intentionally try to change the behavior of others. Okay, the behavior of others. Okay, manipulation or social influence can be examined through two perspectives. Okay, within personality psychology. One, we can ask the question, okay, to investigate or to understand: are some individuals consistently more manipulative as compared to others? Okay, or given that all people attempt to influence others, do stable personality characteristics predict the tactics that they are used? We're going to learn after this. There are many tactics that people use to influence others, okay, to manipulate others. Okay, so there are many tactics. At least there are 11 tactics. So from personality psychology perspective, is there any people who are more manipulative as others? And if they are, what are the tactics that they use? Okay, what are the manipulation tactics that people use? Okay, when we discuss about industrial and organizational psychology, okay, most of you or all of you are taking the same subject this semester. So in the work settings, some of the counterproductive behavior demonstrated by the employees involve manipulation. Okay, for example, workplace bullying. Okay, it's not a straightforward people use aggression, people use power, people use their seniority or their authority to make people do what they're not supposed to do. Okay, not in their job description. But sometimes people are creative. Okay, they use sympathy. Okay, they use sympathy. For example, can you help us to do this, and then etc. But if the person keep on doing the same thing again and again and again, so you will realize that actually the persons are using you. In other words, you are the victims of manipulation. Okay, victims of manipulations. So like I mentioned just now, there are quite many tactics. Okay, number of tactics applied to manipulate or influence others. Okay, so in this we're going to look at the taxonomy of 11 tactics of manipulation. Okay, so these taxonomies of tactics, okay, have been developed through two steps of procedures. Okay, it's similar, or this procedure is the same like the one we discussed in personality traits early on the chapter. Okay, personality traits in the statistical approach. Okay, like I mentioned before, they started with the lexical approach. So they try to develop, or they try to identify all of the personality traits of a person, and they use statistical procedures to deduce all of those personality traits into a more meaningful factor. Okay, meaningful factor. So similar case here. So first they nominate actions, okay, that represents manipulations of personality here. Okay, so nomination of acts of influence, they ask personality experts. Okay, they ask psychologists to bring out to what we call to list down, okay, to brainstorm what are the actions that shows that we can influence others. So based on that exercise, they identified 83, okay, 83 actions. Okay, and then they use factor analysis to deduce all these 83 actions into a meaningful factor, which they found 11 tactics. So 11 tactics were identified through the second procedures. So these are the 11 tactics. Okay, one is charm, sample of action. I try to be loving when I ask her to do it. Okay, you try to be charming, but in fact you try to influence the persons to do what you want. Okay, coercion, I yell at him until he does it. Okay, you force the person. Silent treatment, I don't respond to her until she does it. Reason, I explain why I want him to do it. Regression, I whine until she does it. Self-abasement, I act submissive so that he will do it. Okay, responsibility invocation, I get her to make a commitment to doing it. Okay, hardball, I hit him so that he will do it. Okay, use a force or use aggression. Pleasure induction, I show her how much fun it will be to do it. Okay, social comparison, I tell him that everyone else is doing it. Monetary reward, I offer her money so that she will do it. Okay, there are other tactics, but these are the 11 major manipulation tactics that have been identified after using factor analysis. Okay, so those are everything that we need to discuss under personality and social interaction topic under this topic. So just now we have discussed the third one, which is the manipulation, tactics of manipulation. Before that we discussed about evocation, how personality can elicit aggressions and upset. Okay, aggressions and hostility, anger and upsets, likability, pleasure and pain. Okay, and lastly expectancy confirmation. And early on we discussed about selection, how personality involved in the selection of partners, okay, in marriage, in associative mating, in breakups, and shyness, which involve the action or involvement in risky situation. I think that's all for this topic. Thank you very much. See you next time.